Hello, my name is Brenda Hayward. This video is called Budgeting Basics for Seniors. One, types of payout for seniors. Because of the many changes within business structures, the ability to have retirement plans attached to the business, like 401k, has been limited. And because of the jobs held by seniors during their lifetime, the only major take home pay is limited to Social Security earners, along with some revenue from low income jobs. The hard part of living on less will come as a shock. However, like many seniors, the thought of this day and time was never forecasted and things were not prepared for this change in income. Now that it's scheduled to come only once a month, this could include those pensions, Social Security, and maybe even a 401k that you're unable to pay the bills with. For everyone, it is different. And the hard part is adjusting to the new budget that you never thought was viable when you were working adult. Seniors come in different classes of income. When they reach this stage, some will survive on their own and others will have to move in with their family. Two, calendars for seniors' budgets. I am mentioning the use of calendars for you to get familiar with the dates that are your checks will be coming in if there is more than one per month. The checks are not automatic anymore, like when you were used to getting paid either bi-weekly or monthly. These check dates are governed by another financial entity and the dates are unfamiliar to you. You can put the date that you should receive it on the calendar manually so that you can visual, or you can, if you have a cell phone, add the dates to the calendar to notify you when to check if the bank account has received your funds. Funds used to pay bills might be in your savings for the first few months before the institutions send your monthly funds. A monthly budget calendar can help with the anxiety of knowing the due dates of your income. No matter your income bracket, some bills may escalate. However, your income remains the same. However, now you will search for the days that the grocery stores have budget discounts. Three, budget template for seniors. Pull out that desktop or wall calendar if you are a person who likes to manually write things down. Or if you're more automatic, save a copy of the calendar and start inputting the needed data. First, have you written down the dates the financial institution say your money will be deposited into your bank account? This information should be added to the amounts that you will receive. Next, make a list of the total of your monthly income moving forward that you will receive. The date and the amount are put next to each other and total at the bottom of the column. This list should include the 401, pension, Social Security, and disability. Now it is time to find all your bills that go out monthly and yearly. These are called expenses, which may include your mortgage, rent, medical, prescriptions, food, utilities, car payment, transportation, and any other fixed expenses. Write these bills along with billing dates due on the calendar. However, if you like Microsoft Excel or other software that you're familiar with, you can add these dates and amounts for your income you will receive and the dates and expenses that you need to be paid. Maybe you should do something different so your income sources are marked in one color and your expenses are marked in a different color. Four, totaling income and expenses. It is time to add the income together and get the total, then add the expenses and get the total. Are you scared at this time while reviewing the two figures together? You can't believe how the totals have changed and the funds you used to have is no longer available to you for spending. Hopefully, you subtract the income from expenses. You have enough to continue living where you are. And if you don't, you must decide whether you have to get a job to continue living where you are or move in with your family. If you have extra money left after viewing, The figures, the money can be called discretionary fund spending. Discretionary spending funds are used for entertainment, birthday gifts, and any other things that you enjoy. Should you be still on your mind because emergencies will happen? Utilizing some sense of control over your finances to start with a visual setting will help with the big change from getting paid bi-weekly or monthly to new dates set by institutions monthly. When the money related stress is controlled, you are able to make good decisions to work with your new budget. That includes way to stretch your money. Create a budget calendar to become familiar with the new ways you need to spend your money. Things to think about if a budget is needed. The real story of your life has happened. You're now living in on a limited budget, and regardless of how your friends are living, you must survive. Having a conversation and telling your friends the true story about your life is not what you want to talk about. Now is the time to make decisions, even if they have to be crossed your mind before. You must now research ways to still get what you need if setting a budget is needed. It is time not just to think, but to put a budget in place. One of the most constant worries will be, how am I as a senior going to make ends meet when I know where no one I can ask? Prices are going up, but the income stays the same. The income must support either you by yourself or you and your spouse. Healthcare costs may not be covered by Medicare. Your savings will not last much longer. The thoughts of hoping no emergency happen are impacting your financial security and ability to continue surviving as a senior. In your current living environment, at this time, the thoughts of what you're going to do will cross your mind. However, one of them must be first start by setting a budget. Six, income versus expenses. Are you ready to cut your expenses? That means taking the time and putting your income total in one column and putting your monthly expenses in another. Then subtract your monthly expenses from your total income. At this moment, you will either be filled with sadness or exhilaration. That means you are coming up short or you have enough to get through the month and put aside some for emergency. However, not knowing how long you're going to live, you must find a way to cut costs and create savings for emergencies. However, meeting your friends for lunch weekly doesn't seem like much, but when you add up 4 times that cost, it is extravagant for a month. The total cost may surprise you, and you might want to reduce the lunches from 4 times a week to once a month. Just seeing the numbers in front of you is powerful, and it clarifies visually what your financial situation might be and currently is. However, let's talk about real life. Pull out that check register, bank statements, and other financial records and make a detailed list of every little thing you spend or tip with your money. The monthly expenses include mortgage, rent, expenses such as groceries, and discretionary spending such as entertainment and gifts. If this is truly the first time gathering this information, you must utilize more than one month's receipt. People do different things at different times of the year. Let's start with at least reviewing the expenses for the last 6 months. I only say the amount because your utilities and discretionary funds are used differently in the summer months than in the winter months. This will help you to know which month you spend more on utilities or discretionary funds and know how you can adjust and save. If online banking is used, print off your bank statement for review to assist with the totals of your income and expenses, either by category for that period of time. You can also use the budget calendar to visually see your income and expenses occurred during the month. When it is time to make adjustments to your spending habits, you will be aware or what categories you can make the adjustments and add to. 7, ways to think about reducing expenses. First, are you currently using cable services that take a chunk out of your budget? Have you reviewed what your cable channels are necessary for your future? You must communicate with the cable company to see if there's a way to reduce your monthly expenses to save money. This does not mean getting rid of the services entirely. Cable companies have television bundles that combine your television, internet connection, and telephone services. Ask yourself, do I truly utilize all these channels? Do I need the internet? Do I need a landline? If you answer no to any of these questions, communicate with your cable provider and make adjustments to your account. If you answered yes, check to see if the state you live in has more than one provider and shop around. You might uncover a better deal elsewhere. Don't forget to ask all providers if they have senior discounts. If so, some discounts may be up at least 10%. 8, senior discounts in your state. Please check to find out what state services you have as a senior to qualify in your state. These few minutes might help you save money on food, telephone, utilities, and transportation. If you have access to internet, utilize it, or ask close friends to help you out in finding much information as possible on what is currently available within your state or federal government. Please be aware not all seniors can qualify. Some states had limits on income, and other half states have what you can own and what is in your savings account. Please review the information carefully before making a final decision. 9, meals. I am not talking about skipping breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I am just asking that if you utilize the restaurants or carry out for these meals, try to find the ones that give discounts to seniors to help support your overall food that you love. A lot of restaurants may ask for your driver's license or ID to see your age. Some restaurants do age requirements. You could patronize them when you reach that age. If you can afford it, some grocery stores will deliver the groceries to your door. Please utilize the grocery store coupons and senior discount days. If you find it hard to make it on your local grocery stores and your income is limited, please consider contacting Meals on Wheels, which is another low cost or free option for seniors throughout the United States. I am not a professional. I have saying please check all your options prior to making a decision. 10, car and homeowners insurance. If you have a car and it must get around to places that you love, then take the time and compare auto insurance plans for seniors. Many companies have lower rates for all their automobile discounts on clean driving records, incentives for low mileage, and more. The truth is, yes, car insurance premiums do go up if you are past the age 60. However, many companies have discounts for senior drivers. Check for potential savings and ask your insurance carrier if you own a home. Ask about discounts for safety improvements like upgraded electrical systems, smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, security alarm systems. As you think about these, think about possibility of choosing a higher deductible plan to lower your monthly costs. Remember, it may in some cases be cheaper to bundle your policies. You can ask just to get the idea of the type of decision for your future. Remember, decisions you make must make you happy and assist with lowering your expenses. 11, subscription eliminations. Check to see that you don't have any professional networking services subscriptions that you have been on a continuous member for years that are billed once a year, or have you joined any online services that you become a member of during the pandemic that you pay for your relatives? Are you paying for any software services that support relatives on gifts given that were charged once a year. Please go to the website and change the subscriptions from automatic renewal. Most subscriptions auto renew automatically. For these subscriptions, you need to review your email inbox for clues about recurring subscriptions you may have forgotten entirely. If you want to renew, please add these subscriptions to your list of monthly expenses. Cell service reduction. This is a great time to check on cellular services you have available to you on your cell phone. This is also a time to think about what services can be reduced because you are no longer using that phone for other than family and friends. You should be able to save on data, text messaging, and minutes if you don't have unlimited services set as a service. Cellular service providers have different tiers that you may qualify for. Check them out and see what services fit you best. If the services are higher than you can afford, you should check out the prepaid, pay as you go, and if they have discount services. Just a heads up, these services may require you to commit to a contract. Review all information before making a decision. Also, the major providers do offer deals to mobile plans to adults over 55. Bring your list of questions with you before start dialing service providers numbers and asking their questions. You definitely need to know if their services can fit your new budget needs now that you are retired and have the job of finding ways to put money in your pocket. Start with a budget plan. Make adjustments as you find what fits you best. Please let me know if you like this video by clicking a thumbs up or asking. Also, if you have time, check out some of my other videos that may answer a few of your other questions you may have. My name is Brenda Hayward, and thanks for your time.